Welcome to a Warrior Woodshop field trip where we're going to turn this into that. Welcome to a Warrior Woodshop field trip. We are in Turner and Reagan's first house. They're a Warrior Woodshop alum and they've asked me to give them a hand. What they really like about modern homes is the open feel of the living, kitchen, dining area. Unfortunately, in older homes, you don't always get that, and so we're in the middle of a kitchen remodel. Why not do our best to give that open feel? Because of a smaller living space and a smaller kitchen, we didn't want to take this wall completely out, so we're going to make what's called a breakfast nook. So it's kind of a see-through, allows the couch to be on the other side, allows you to set kind of a couple stools here so you can use it as a serving platform or even an extra eating service with the kitchen table right here. Before we go taking out any walls, drywall not a problem, but before you really go taking out any walls, you need to do one big check. Is this supporting the house? That's considered a load-bearing wall. I think it's a gimme that the outside walls are load-bearing because they're supporting the weight of the house. In modern truss construction, trusses transfer the load from one side to the other. So most walls in a truss house, are non-load bearing or just divider or partition walls. In stick frame houses, the center wall is also a load bearing. So basically it transfers half of the load from one side to the other. And that can be done by a couple of different visuals. Most of it's getting up in the attic and taking a look on how there's separate floor joists. They overlap on the center wall, and there's some purlins coming down that also are bracing. So check with an authorized contractor if you're going to do the work yourself before you go tearing out any walls to make sure and to verify that they're load bearing. So since this is a load bearing wall, we need to transfer the weight that we're going to take out around it and down to the beam in the basement, which is also supported by steel posts. This will be done, and you can kind of see it off camera here, this will be done with a 2x12, essentially making a doorway. But we're not going to take it out completely. We're going to stop here about 42 inches off the ground so that way they can sit and have an extra seating or a serving platform, something along those lines that still gives that open feel, and a couch on the other side, so it still gives that open feel when it's all said and done. So we're going to take a few minutes to get things prepped and ready to go. All right, in the living area, we've got a finished floor and a finished ceiling, so we took some scrap carpet and we're going to put it down, carpet side down, to protect the oak flooring. So what we're doing now is getting our measurement for our studs. You want this to be snug, but not put any damage onto the wall. So we're going to measure both ends to make sure that there's no discrepancy in the floor. Are spanned or gapped by what's called a header, hence above your head. But that header needs to be supported by what's called a king stud that goes floor to ceiling, and then a couple of jack studs or trimmer studs. Kind of, it's one of those names that depend on what part of the country you're in. I've heard them called both. Starting off with the circ saw, get a majority of our cut there. And it gets about 2/3 of it done, and we'll finish up with oscillating our circ saw, or sawzall. headers is you got an 1.5 inch thick lumber. So you double up the header, but that only makes 3 inches, where your wall is actually 3.5. So the trick is those 1/2 inch plywood in between. That is a header. Jack studs in, trimmer studs, whatever you want to call them, and the header, our structure has been replaced because it's now transferring the load around. So we're going to take this out and use some of this lumber now to make our sill and hit the drywall. Our option is.
I won't play with it.
You've
got a shot at it already.
So now Turner's gonna take his nail gun and secure this bad boy. Move out of the shot.
Pop was nail gun.
He's gonna secure that. Give her help.
This will make the video.
One thing you always want to do whenever you're running a nail gun is make sure you have dark sunglasses inside of a house.
Wraps it up here on the Warrior Woodshop field trip for this part of the video. Next is drywall casing. We're going to do a live edge walnut slab with some white casing around it. We don't have to do all the taping and mud, just kind of make it look more modern. We might take and do the same thing to that window opening. But if you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, so when you do the rest of this kitchen, dining, living combination, you get videos on when we did that, and we'll give you an update video when all this is cased in and drywalled and mudded. The biggest thing to take away from this is verify if it's load bearing or not. If you're unsure, contact a licensed contractor or code enforcement officer. So subscribe, bell notification. We'll know you when we get that all done. But hopefully you got something out of this, learn how to frame in a door or a window, because the process is the same whether it's in an interior wall or exterior wall. You can do the same to make a patio door out of a window. That's a future plan down the road for the window that's across from us. But it only takes money. So thanks for watching. Yeah, after you hit that bell notification, the subscribe button, all I have to say is, go out and make some sawdust.